Chapter 1. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, that depends. Regardless of how much space, time, or energy you have, chickens are a great addition to any backyard environment. They provide a nutritious, steady food source, whether they're used for eggs or meat, and can help control tick populations, ultimately preventing disease. They're low maintenance and provide years of entertainment. Whether you have a 100-acre farm or a half-acre suburban lot, chickens are a fun investment that doesn't require much skill to raise. Before you can start, however, you need the actual chickens. Depending on how much time you wish to invest, there are two options for starting a flock: from day-old chicks or incubated eggs. Buying baby chicks. Buying day-old chicks is a common option for many beginning chicken farmers, because you don't need any special equipment besides a brooder and a heat lamp, which will be explained later in more detail, and aren't required to invest 3 weeks of your time in waiting for eggs to hatch. You also don't have to worry about whether the eggs you hatched were fertile, because the chicks have already been hatched. Overview. Depending on breed, quantity, and merchant, chicks range in price from $1 a piece to $5 a piece. Generally, broiler species, such as Cornish crosses, will be more expensive and layer birds will be less so. Chicks can be purchased in-store at retailers such as Tractor Supply, via catalog order through retailers such as Stromberg's, or from local chicken farms. If you decide to purchase started chicks from a physical location such as Tractor Supply versus online or through catalog order, find out the delivery dates to the store. That way you can purchase chicks the day they arrive, as opposed to receiving the leftover birds that have been confined to the store brooder for days or weeks. Although there's nothing wrong with purchasing chicks from common retailers such as these, it's more difficult to purchase a large quantity of chicks of the same breed. Most state agriculture laws mandate that chicks be purchased in quantities of 6 or larger. And when you are picking or choosing from whatever the store has, it can be difficult to develop a homogenous flock. Special ordering through chicken farmers or online or catalog retailers helps prevent this. In most cases, mail-ordered chicks aren't more expensive and can be shipped directly to the post office or a local feed store. Incubation process. Overview. Buying chicks tends to be the most popular option for chicken farmers in their first year, as they don't have a starter flock from which to gather eggs to incubate. However, incubation is another popular option, especially for chicken farmers in year 2 or later. Although there's some additional expense in purchasing incubation equipment, these costs are eventually accounted for and even reversed, as the expense of buying started chicks is eliminated. If you decide to incubate chicks, try to keep at least 6 birds or so between seasons. If you live in a climate that experiences cold, snowy winters, consider keeping even more. You'll need at least 1 rooster and several hens for optimal production. If you only keep 1 hen and 1 rooster, you run the risk of unfertilized eggs. The more birds you have, the better the odds of fertilization and ultimate incubation success. Some hens will incubate their own eggs. A broody hen is one that has decided to set upon her own eggs until they hatch. If you don't have a rooster and your hen goes broody, that does not mean your eggs will hatch. They're not fertilized. A hen does not know the difference between a fertilized and unfertilized egg. In fact, some hens don't even know what an egg is and will collect stones or other small objects and sit on them instead. Not all hens go broody either. Some breeds have a stronger natural tendency to do this, such as Orpingtons or Silkies. The individual personalities of the hens will influence their broodiness more than anything else. A broody hen can hatch any kind of fertilized eggs and adjusts her own conditions in order to be successful. Some hens will even pluck their own breast feathers so that their skin can touch the eggs and provide necessary heat and humidity. However, not all hens will go broody, and even those that do are unpredictable. They can abandon their nest midway through the incubation period, ruining the chances of your eggs fully developing. Because of this, it's recommended to manually incubate your eggs with an incubator. This will help ensure a healthy hatch and the viability of your flock. Artificial incubators are not expensive. They range from anywhere between $50 and $300, depending on features such as humidity and temperature control, warranties, and add-on items. The HowExpert Deluxe, for example, costs around $130 and includes an automatic egg turner. Incubators should be set up either inside your house or in some other area of your property that does not experience dramatic fluctuations in temperature or humidity. A garage or basement can both be too unpredictable. A closet or confined space work better and also prevent nosy pets or small children from interfering with the incubating eggs. Make sure the area is as dark and temperature controlled as possible. Any swings in sunlight, heat, or moisture can affect the machine. Temperature and humidity are the most important factors when preparing an incubator. When you are researching incubators for household use, you'll likely find that most models have mixed reviews at best. Customers will frequently complain that chicks are lost as a result of a loss of humidity or a drop in temperature. Don't wait until this happens to alter the settings of your incubator. Preempt this disaster by experimenting with your incubator before you put the eggs inside. Don't rely on a cheap incubation machine to do all of the work for you. Before installing your incubator, invest in a good hydrometer and thermometer. You want to make sure everything is properly calibrated and controlled before introducing eggs. Give yourself a buffer time of around 2 weeks to play with the settings and dials of your incubator before you add eggs. Make sure your incubator maintains an ideal temperature between 98 and 103 degrees Fahrenheit, ideally right around 99. Observe and record the factors that change the temperature of the humidity. Did you leave a door open? Is the incubator receiving too much sunlight at certain times of day? Moving an incubator or placing it in an area that experiences even mild temperature fluctuations can drastically impact the internal temperature of an incubator. You also need to control the humidity. Chicks need around 50 to 65% relative humidity. Whatever you do, do not add eggs until your incubator is hovering right around these optimal conditions. If you invest in external controlling devices, such as an automatic egg turner and forced air fan kit, you're in luck. Sticking your hand into an incubator to alter conditions can cause fluctuations in temperature and humidity just as easily as placing your incubator in the wrong environment. By being able to control all settings from outside of the incubator, you'll be able to maintain more steady conditions. When you're ready to add eggs, don't get overzealous. The eggs cannot be packed too closely together, as they need some air circulation in order to develop. Most incubators have forced air fan kits, which help maintain uniform temperature and airflow within the incubator. You can also purchase these separately if you buy a second-hand or older model incubator without one. It's not recommended that you attempt to incubate eggs without some sort of method of air circulation. Eggs should be loaded into the incubator with the pointed ends at the bottom. They need to be turned and tipped at least twice a day. This can be a cumbersome process for chicken farmers who also have full-time jobs or other commitments. Luckily, most models of incubators can also be purchased with an automatic egg turner, or these can be bought separately and added to the machine. Most incubators hold around 46 chicken, 180 quail, 90 pheasant, or 40 turkey or duck eggs. If you're incubating multiple species, don't do so all at once, as each type requires different conditions for ultimate success. Avoid packing the incubator to maximum conditions the first time around, as they do need space for air circulation as well. Even if you load the incubator to maximum capacity, you will not successfully hatch 46 eggs. As previously